My story is unusual from one perspective, in the fact that my father had a family business and I was around him as a youngster and at the family business a lot of the time, because unfortunately just after I was born my mother was ill. So I spent a lot of time around my father and him visiting his businesses. But the commonality, I think, with a lot of lorry drivers is that things happen in life that you don't plan, and that you never set out to end up driving a truck to earn a living. A lot of people don't, and I think a lot of people end up driving a truck, and that's certainly what happened in my case. Major thing that happened in my childhood, which is very relevant to our conversation today, is that my sister turned up at my school, and I thought, well, this is not good. And it really wasn't good, because they'd come to tell me that my eldest brother had unfortunately taken his own life. Suicide leaves an indelible print on the family, which is there forever. And I still say now that I'm one of 5. I still feel that he's with us, but it's something that never goes away. Went to agricultural college, then I went to work for 2 other Massey Ferguson distributors, which is what the business was, or the business my father had, that I found interesting. And at the age of 19, I actually was put in charge of the workshop for the harvest, because the manager had left right as the harvest was starting. So that was an incredible experience. I had a career within the telecoms industry, but then I was diagnosed with depression. So that started to be one of my major down points, and I didn't want to take the antidepressants. At this point in time, I also left the telecommunications industry because I couldn't cope with the office work, and I'd always carried on doing some part-time driving. So I remember having a conversation with my sister and just saying, look, I've got this license, I can go and earn a living driving a truck. And so basically I started doing that. I started doing more and more driving and less office work, and it's been a sort of gradual move into trucking. What I've since learned, but I didn't learn until very recently, is I'm neurodiverse. I always knew I was dyslexic, and that's why I didn't get on at school, but I never realised how dyslexic I was and the other implications of dyslexia and the whole aspect of neurodiversity. And when I actually understood that relatively late on in life, very late on in life, then it put the whole of my life into context. But the life that I've led has been extremely difficult on occasions, and it's been a typical neurodiverse type of existence where it's tremendous highs and tremendous lows. And what I see is, I believe that a lot of other lorry drivers who come into driving because they've got a practical orientation, and they almost certainly are neurodiverse in some way, shape or form.